Hey guys, Matt Rudman here from A New Media for a New World. Today, what we're going to talk about is optimizing your website or your blog with a very easy to use plugin for WordPress. So, first off, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to optimize your website or your blog for mobile? I just released a report that came out. Actually, I just did a retweet on this and sent it out to my networks on the amount of commerce that's being done on mobile devices these days. And I think last year in 2011 we had a tipping point where more people were actually accessing websites from mobile devices than they were laptops. That might also include iPads, though. So tablet-type devices and mobile devices are surpassing a traditional desktop and laptop use. So you certainly want to make sure that your website and your blogs and your internet presence are optimized for mobile, touch, and tablet use. So what I'm going to show you how to do today is how to install, configure, and use a plugin for WordPress. And this plugin is very, very simple, very straightforward, and it easily converts, dynamically switches your website over to a mobile presence or a mobile kind of presentation format when your website or blog detects a device is mobile or a tablet type device. So you don't have to worry about manually switching or configuring this or coding anything. It's great. It does it. It's intelligent. It does it all by itself. It's automatic. So right here on the screen here, I'm going to turn on a new little feature here, my cursor highlight. Isn't that cool? All right. So what I want to show you here is this website here is a traditional desktop or laptop display of a device or of my website. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to, again, install the plugin and convert this so that it can be optimized for mobile use. And eventually it'll look like this, okay? This guy right here. This is a simulated look for a mobile device, okay? And I'll show you how to do that on your browser as well if we have time on this presentation. You can also certainly pick up your iPhone as an example and just key in your website URL or blog URL and pull it up to see if it's actually working. I just wanted to simulate it on through my web browser, which can be easily done, and I have tested this on an iPhone as well, so it is working. Okay. So let's see, what we're going to go through next here is the steps of how do you do this, okay? So I'm going to turn my highlighter on here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my WordPress dashboard. So all of you guys know how to do that, hopefully. And we're going to go in here, and we're going to go into the plugin section of WordPress within the dashboard, so I can show you what I've done. I've already installed this stuff, okay, but I want to show you where this good stuff is. Okay, so let's go down here to the plugins, okay? So here we go. I'm going to open up my installed plugins, and I'm going to show you the name of the plugin here. And here we go, WP Touch. Okay, there is a free version of this and there's a professional version for this. If you really are looking to cultivate a really nice super professional presence and have a lot of options and configurations that you can mess around with, you can get the pro version. Today I'm just going to show you how to use a free version, WP Touch, so you can just install that plugin, and hopefully you know how to do that. If not, just give me a shout and I'll help you do that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the settings, okay? So I'm going to click on the settings for WP Touch. And here we are. Okay, so we've got, let's see. So I'm not going to go through all of these in great detail, but I am going to go through a couple of the ones at the high level to show you kind of what I've done to configure my site. So again, out of the box, you can install this thing and it should work fine. So you don't really have to go through any configuration settings. I had to tweak a few things because of a few features I'm using on my site, and I'll go through that. So regional settings, leave that as automatically detected, okay? So you'll know what language is being requested. Home page redirection. This is kind of neat. You can tell the device the mobile device and the tablet device where it should use as its landing page, basically. So right now I just have it coming into my main page. So you could redirect people to a specific page. That might be kind of handy, especially if you have created some pages that are specifically more mobile friendly and simpler. And again, it's a way that you can funnel people where you want them to go based on a device. But I'm just for today's purpose, I'm just going to go with the main default page. And my main page is really my blog entries. Okay. Site title, you can actually change this, and this will display on the mobile device. Not it won't impact your home or your desktop or laptop settings. So you might just put something clever in there. I just left mine again generic and standard. Again, I'm going to blow through a lot of these other options here because I didn't change any of these things and it worked just fine for me. But I will show you what I did change. Let's go down here to some advanced options. Let's take a look at this. No, I don't think I don't think I changed anything in here either. Again, out of the box, and it looked like well, how was that site again? Right here. So right here is what I ended up with. So you can see this is a pretty nice and clean display. This is my main page here. Okay, and these are my blog entries, so everything looks cool. So let's go back to the configuration settings again. Okay, user agents. Okay, those are basically your phones, your devices, your tablets, things like that. So what I found was I actually have, they don't have out of the box a user agent configuration for absolutely every device on the market, but they do have configurations for most of the popular ones, and I believe the professional version of WP Touch probably covers more agents. So again, if you're looking to cast a wider net and open your mobile presence up to a wider set of devices, my speculation here is that the professional version will have that available. And again, that's a speculation, so you'll want to check that out. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to optimize your website for mobile, and you've got to do this. It's so easy to do. You need to do it. And I'll tell you a little story before we wrap up the presentation today of why you need to do it, and a little anecdote. Okay, so down here it's got iPhone, iPod, and all these BlackBerry devices and Googles and Androids and things like that. So you should all be good there. Okay, I'm trying to look here to see if the other thing I configured, I'll show you down here, was you can configure actually a thinner set of menu options. You may not want to have all your menu options available to your users. For instance, here what I've done, this is a simulation of what it would look like on an iPhone, and I'm going to show you what I've configured for my menu options. So I'm making available to people who browse my site through a mobile device my home page, contact page, a little bit about me, my tools that I use, and my shopping cart. You can also have them directed over to your RSS feed and a direct email connection to send email to. And I recommend that. Make it easy for people to reach out and connect with you. Okay? So let's go back into the configuration settings. So how did I do that? What I do is, again, style and color options. I haven't even played around with that yet, but you can change that up if you want. Advertising, stats, and custom code. You can, as far as I know, I haven't explored this yet, but you can use your Google AdSense account and you can actually work with advertisements. So if you are an affiliate, I suppose, or if you use Google AdSense within your website, you can actually trigger that on the mobile device, which is kind of neat. So again, that might be another revenue stream for you guys. I know I'm working on that right now, and I'll probably be blogging on that a lot more in the future, and specifically with Google AdSense and monetization, from your website, and specifically targeting the mobile platform as well. Okay, you can, these are custom icons. Actually, these are the stock icons. You can upload custom icons if you want. I'm just going to, again, this was an out-of-the-box install, and it worked great out of the box, so I didn't really need to mess around with that yet. Down here, okay, this is what I wanted to get into, menu items, okay, and page icons. So what I did was it automatically detects when you install this plugin in your site. It automatically detects your menu items. Okay, so like right here, okay, you can see here. Okay, look at these are all the menu items it automatically detected for my WordPress site. And what I do is I just clicked on the menu items that I wanted to have available on them in the mobile presence. Okay, I didn't click them all. I don't want to overwhelm people. Okay, and I'll probably go through and tailor this a little bit, and especially as time goes on, when I get feedback. I'll be able to tailor this a little bit better and maybe even go back and customize some of my pages so they work a little bit better on this thing. So that's it. And then I just save these options, okay? And when I did that, the first time I tested this, it didn't work. It looked like my regular website. Well, that was because I was using a BlackBerry Bold. My BlackBerry Bold, for some reason, does not want to display this site in the mobile format. And again, it's that user agent area down here. I'm going to shift down here again. Okay, these user agents are triggers basically that tell your WordPress site to flip over to a mobile presentation format. If it's not detected as a supported user agent, it's not going to flip over, and it's just going to display your WordPress page or your website or blog the way it normally does on a laptop. Although people will be on that mobile device, and they're going to you know what it looks like. Typically, when you try and look at a website on your mobile device, it's a train wreck. Everything is so small, it's very hard to navigate. So anyway, what else can I show you here? Okay, I also had another feature installed. I have caching installed on my my WordPress page here to make it a lot faster when people come to my site and browse. I use this thing called Super Cache. Okay, WP Super Cache. I'm just going to quickly go to an area. I had to go into my Super Cache page and into the plugins tab, and then I had to go down here where Super Cache. It plays nicely with some plugins and not with others. But what I noted in here was I actually had to enable WP Touch within Super Cache. So I just clicked on that radio button there to enable WP Touch and clicked Update in my Super Cache. You may not be using Super Cache or a caching function, so you might not have to worry about that. Okay. I tested this on an iPhone and it worked great. In my BlackBerry Bold, it didn't work great, so I was scratching my head trying to figure out why. Anyway, I wanted an easier way rather than going to the devices all the time and open my opportunities up for testing multiple devices because I don't have every cell phone in the world. There is a site that you can go to where you can test user agents. So if you Google that, you'll be able to pull that up. But here's an easy way to test a user agent in your browser. Now I'm in Safari right now and I am on a MacBook. What you can do to test user agents is you'll want to go to Safari Preferences. Okay. And when you go to Preferences, click on the gear, okay? And there's a little checkbox down here where it says Show Develop Menu in the menu bar, okay? You want to click that on. And the reason being is that's going to make available to you a way that you can see what sites look like using different user agents, all from the convenience of your browser, so you don't have to have all these other devices. Okay, so it's a way to test to see what it's going to look like on mobile. So once I did that, I all of a sudden had this develop menu item open available in my Safari browser, and you can probably do the same thing in Internet Explorer, Firefox, or whatever you're using. So then what I did was I just went down here to the user agent menu drop down, and the default is the normal way of browsing. So I said, well, I wanted a different user agent, and I wanted to test, say, on iPhone. Okay, you can test iPad and iPod Touch. So I said, well, what's this going to look like on an iPhone? Okay, and you can see how sleek it is and minimized it is. Here's some of the menu options. Remember how we configure those. So here you go, guys. That is it. And again, if you wanted to make this look a little slicker, you can always do that, and you can resize your window up to make it look more like a mobile phone. But you can also test on mobile devices. All right. So that's it. Again, hope you enjoyed this presentation. Hope it was helpful. Get mobile. If you're not mobile, get mobile. All right. Take care again. Matt Rudman here from A New Media for a New World.